Good morning, fellow Ambazonians. Today na Tuesday, number 19 day for this month of March 2024. My name na Capo Daniel, una own countryman, sense past king, Mr. No Connie. Una welcome to our daily podcast, a program where they bring una the truth, where they bring una meaningful information, fact-based analysis for help we as we work out for this journey to our freedom, to the independence of Ambazonia. My country people at home and abroad, our refugees, IDPs, and our political prisoners, I bring una all salute from ground zero. As today we are ready for bring una the report with the research for the University of Aberdeen, Australia. It then bring them about our struggle. We come out for this morning time with news we happen for Batibo, for instance Mbungei in particular. Say ADF it then kill 3 more people them. We then get video of one of the cops where they be taken for hospital, and we get more details from villagers them. I go play them very soon. So how any man go expect say some person the way they fight for Ambazonia, he go she down quiet when one man Ayaba Cho it is slaughter our people. Is it possible for anybody to ignore what he is doing? The murderer. This is number 21 murdered innocent civilian killed by Ayaba Cho and his group, the ADF, in Ambazonia since the beginning of this year. How many La Republic have he killed? Nana, 0. How can anybody ignore the pain of our people? Make a play the video where our people did not send for Bamenda for one of the cops where they don't bring them for inside the general hospital for Bamenda. They don't come for inside Mbungei. They don't begin work a share paper them. Door to door, the share paper say they want ask liberation tax. This struggle now for fight against La Republic, for fight for the right of our people, for fight for self-preservation, or now for work collect money for people that door. How much money they want collect them? The money where they don't collect and give for Mumu Lucas Asu, they don't chop them all. The 2 million where General Efang die, they don't chop them all. The one where they collect them for Regina Mundi, they don't chop them all. What are these people doing? Preying on our innocent people. I don't tell our people, say, if we no wake up, the radical element, the extreme element for this struggle, it not go only define us, but it go seal our faith. Make us start with a video for Bamenda mortuary as the Batibo people them they put for mortuary person way they don't kill them for Batibo. ADF say they want lock road for Batibo. The population they cry, they mourn. Make the Ayaba Cho, Lucas Asu Mumu, me them begin celebrate the Mama Najela and everybody where it donate money for Ayaba Cho. No say there is an alternative. There are several ways of fighting a war, but no man can be killing our own people, slaughtering our own people in the name of liberating them. It is not possible. They are not fighting for us. They are not fighting for our independence. Ayaba Cho is a wicked man. He's a murderer. I go play audio for the woman for village for inside Mbungei. We were network the listener for we about the incident. Now for country talk, but me gonna hear also wait it happen for inside Batibo.
Why magawa? Enno for ne engo. Ano ghost and bo for ne engo nani sote. No ghost and bo ne engo sote. Mbene gani ga Mbungei. War ma oko oba mbom tat. Yitumber mbem tat. Ese kana yemba botum. Awone changoro yeje suone. Le bigu no mo wati do. But some of the one I'm saying, Mrs. One hour, I should say to do. I come to happen is all galo down on Beangani.
According to information who the get them, the one of the man when he drive bike, he carry 2 members of a family. They struggle for run for reach for Bamenda. One of them may be sick for go for hospital. Now the ADF then open fire, then kill on the spot. You cannot have any justification to kill people like this. The people them for inside Mbungei, from which world they here, they then begin to run their village. They come through Bali, and from Mbungei, how the road they then close the road. I mean, hundreds of people they run Mbungei, running away from Ayaba Cho and the gang. These are not people fighting for our freedom, running to Bamenda as they then became work as self people them with later semi them pay liberation tax all man for village. That is Ayaba Cho. That is a wicked and evil man, and that is the person they want to cover up. His crimes are not something that people make up. These are what he has done. This is what he is responsible. He is defined by his conduct. Murder, murder, murder. Innocent people for no reason. Excessive use of force. Abuse of our people, they rise up. So make una sabi way to go on, and make una know. Any man where you fight for Ambazonia, where you truly do stand for the population, where you fight now for the interest, for the independence, you cannot see these things and stay quiet. Imagine the hundreds of people the way they run from Mbungei. Say they run na ADF, they need to run na La Republic now. We know say we get enemy now La Republic. But now our people they run from Mbungei. Those hundreds of people the way they talk am, according to the church people, the way pastor the way they don't call we they talk am for day. Imagine the family the way they get them. The one way they get family for Yaoundé, for Douala, for abroad. They go to court and say we don't run camp for Bamenda. They run past na through Batibu. They run past through Bali, run with food. If you remember me, time we did for BHS Mancon as students. That way SDF politics we start. That way the first ghost town they we start. We come out run from school, work out food. Traumatic event. Imagine all those children running with their mother, pregnant women, running away from Ayaba Cho and his order to close Batibo for 1 month. That they want to cry, they die for Ifang. The same time, they are going around giving notice for people to pay money. People who don't even have food to eat. Imagine which of these people will support our struggle. This is how Ayaba Cho and his extreme measures that is targeting only our own people, leaving the enemies in peace, is destroying our struggle. All those people, the people connected to them, their family members who are going to take responsibility, do you think they'll want to listen this about our struggle again? This is how the extreme groups amongst us have put people away, turn off people, until we are in a position where La Republic is more comfortable. Culturally, the identity is being accepted by our people. Their national football team, their music, our musicians are now carrying their flag. 237 is trending amongst our people, youth, because of actions like from Ayaba Cho. I will never blame anybody who says he is working for La Republic, even though I will not make that accusation because I don't have evidence. But everything Ayaba Cho is doing is working for La Republic. Whether it is his extremism, what he says, what he does, is working for La Republic favor. There will be no reason why La Republic will attack Ayaba Cho. There is absolutely no reason. So this is very sad. Our mothers and our children running away from our own children who have been misled by a power-monger megalomania man who sits there in Norway ordering the murder of our people with Lucas Momo and their supporters and people who share their material. There is no way any normal person will refuse what Ayaba Cho is doing. I mean, there is no way. You see the murder of people in Gozang, people who support the struggle, killing of Patanu Che. You see this Momo, this fool in Ghana, this refugee, Michael Nam, supporting it, insulting the power. I will not doubt whether he was not the one who asked the Ayaba Cho people to kill them, because now they are working together. Murder, murder, murder. Innocent people. None of these people can ever go to heaven. They will go to hell. You cannot be in this group. You cannot support Ayaba Cho, what he is doing, with your clean conscience, with all the blood that he has on his hand, and then say you are fighting Pobia. It doesn't make sense. But anyway, fellow Ambazonians, today I want to play the report so that our people will hear the international report. These reports are very, very serious, because these are the basis where the United Nations and many members there, they get information, they know how to make their policy. It was such basis that the ADF was described, or the egg of sea, as a hardliner last time and they publicized it. Through those reports, I advocated that they should be the dominant group when we go to negotiate in Canada. Things have since changed since I left that group. I had put them on the map everywhere. Now by themselves, they have admitted they are not anywhere anymore. It is now a tribal group that is trapped in Mbungei, not attacking the enemy, but focusing on our people. Nevertheless, I will play the audio of the report as it is, first in English, using technology to translate words into voice. After that, I will read it in Pidgin, so that me all money understand where it go, and our people will be empowered with the knowledge for make decision on their own basis. Put up your thinking cap. Always question yourself and question what you see, and question why you follow the people you do, so that nobody will be blindsided and will be mature enough to guide our people to freedom. When I listen for the report.
This is a research work done by Manu Lekans, University of Aberdeen, Australia, published March 17, 2024, 4:40 am. Cameroon's rebels may not achieve their goal of creating the Ambazonian state, but they are still a threat to stability. Cameroon's separatist insurgency is an armed conflict in the country's northwest and southwest regions that began in 2017. It pits government forces against several non-state armed groups, locally known as Amber rebels. The rebels seek to create a state called Ambazonia out of Cameroon's English-speaking regions. The conflict has killed over people and displaced over are refugees in Nigeria. More than 2 million need humanitarian support, and children have been deprived of effective schooling. As an international security scholar with an interest in small wars, I have been studying Cameroon's security for a decade. I recently published research on the factors that have contributed to the separatist insurgency. The factors include a protest by teachers and lawyers, colonial heritage, a history of insurgencies, and an internal geography conducive to group conflict and guerrilla warfare. Others are poor macroeconomic performance, ability to finance authoritarianism without relying on taxes, a turbulent regional neighborhood, and unfavorable international relations. I argue further that the conflict has stalled because the rebels lack the numbers, money, and cohesion to move beyond an insurgency. This makes a rebel victory impossible, but multiple insurgencies can undermine the state and therefore continue to be national security threats. And Cameroon's strategic location between West and Central Africa means insecurity in the country could destabilize the region. Factors that led to the insurgency. A major factor that led to the insurgency was the teachers and lawyers' protest in 2016, arising from long-standing grievances of Cameroon's English-speaking minority. The English speakers complained of the use of French in schools and courts in the northwest and southwest regions, marginalization in high-level government appointments, neglect in public investment in infrastructure in their regions, and generally poor economic conditions. Another factor is the miscalculated application of force by the government and the rebels. The government, accustomed to the use of violence in repressing dissent, assumed it could silence the protests forcefully. The arrest of the protest leaders and brutal crackdown on protesters spurred on the insurgents. But the rebels also misread this situation. They saw the age of the president, Paul Biya 91, his longevity in office, and pending elections in 2018 as indicating weakness. They assumed that a demonstration of concerted force would bring about the fall of the government. Cameroon has suffered from poor macroeconomic performance and authoritarianism with slow political development. I also discovered through my research that the increasing decay of traditional authority has reduced government capacity to provide social order in semi-urban and rural areas. Regional disorder in Central and West Africa has contributed to the insurgency too. The disorder includes the Boko Haram insurgency in the Lake Chad Basin, insurgencies in eastern Chad, separatist violence in the eastern part of Nigeria, and resources-related violence in the Niger Delta of Nigeria. The Central African Republic has been in a civil war since 2013. The different armed conflicts in the region create flows of military supplies and skills. Cameroon's position in the US-led political economy is another factor. Exporting raw materials and importing manufactured goods makes it vulnerable to fluctuations in world market prices and less able to provide for its citizens. Moving forward, in my view, the rebels cannot turn the conflict into a larger war. This means the insurgency will remain stalled until the government is willing or able to decide the issue. The rebels cannot achieve their objective of changing the form of the Cameroonian state or gaining independence. My argument rests on the following reasons. A larger form of war, which would make a rebel victory possible, requires a cause that unites a population large enough to form a military with tens of thousands of combatants. Ethnic divisions between the armed and political groups demonstrate that the independence cause is not strong enough to displace other interests. Cameroon has over 20 ethnic groups in a population of 29 million. The Anglophone identity has not displaced ethnic affiliation. Most armed groups are small and organized on ethnic lines. They are restricted to hit-hand run attacks and can't hold territory. Rebel victory requires consistent funding. The insurgency has, thus far, sourced funding mainly from remittances from Cameroon's diaspora, separatists, and criminal activity in the region. The funding is intermittent. Corruption among the diaspora groups means that money raised rarely reaches the fighting groups. Criminal activity, like the distribution of contraband and drug networks, is periodically disrupted. The rebels have not succeeded in establishing reliable logistics. The sustained intensity necessary to win a war is impossible without reliable supplies. The three principal shortcomings mean the war cannot become anything more than a peripheral insurgency. The Cameroonian government can live with a peripheral insurgency. Implications of the insurgency. Instability in Cameroon will have a negative impact on Francophone Central Africa. Cameroon is the region's second largest country in population and economy. It accounted for about 40% of the GDP of Central African countries using the CFA franc in 2022. Chad, the Central African Republic, Congo, Equatorial Guinea, and Gabon rely on Cameroon for agricultural products and infrastructure, ports, telecoms, and roads.
The report on the war in Ambazonia and its potential outcome, research done by the University of Alberta, published on the 17th of March 2024, 4 a.m. EDT. They read them as they could be talk for Pidgin. Cameroon, Irebe them, they no fit meet up their goal for create Ambazonian state, but they still be a threat for security, for stability. Cameroon separatists, their fight for armed conflict for Northwest and Southwest region them, it be start for 2017. It in a fight against Cameroon government force them, plus different armed group them, where they fight with the call and say Amber Boys. The Amber Boy them, they the one for create a country where they call and say Ambazonia for the English speaking part them for inside Cameroon. The war, it done make over 6,000 people that done die, over 765,000 people them, they done become IDPs, and over 70,000 people them, they done become refugee them for Nigeria. More than 2 million people them, they need support because of the war where they never take care for themselves. Amongst them, you get 600,000 pikin them, where then also they no get school where they go there, where they don't stop for school because of the war. As international security scholar them, then get in where they get interest for small war them around the war. They don't study the security situation for Cameroon for decades, for many years them. And they then decide to publish this report for contribute for the war knowledge about what way it happen. Think the way it caused the war, the first thing way it happen, na protest for teacher them and lawyer them. You also get the colonial heritage, the history for the Anglophone people them. And then you also get the issue for difficult area, them remote area, then we no give fine road, then we don't help give good condition for get guerrilla warfare. Another thing them, now the ability for the Cameroon government for finance their authoritarian system without even needing taxation. The other thing we make a me be favorable for the war for go on. Now the regional divide and way for the country. The security specialists them, then talk say this war it can't reach for standstill. Standstill that means say we for go before and for go for back it don't reach. That means say nothing in any change. The war it don't reach for standstill because the Amber boy them then lack number them, they not plenty, and then they lack money, then lack cohesion. That means that they need to work together for carry the fight me get past insecurity level. That means that me go beyond insurgency. That means that the level for the war it will only cause na insecurity, and because of this, they no fit take them for the next level. It be impossible then for win. Even though they no fit win, they will still cause problem for the government. And they will continue to be a national security threat for Cameroon. And because Cameroon is there for some strategic region between West and Central Africa, this thing we're going to disturb Cameroon, you're going to make them plenty countries around the world. Also, then go to always worry about this issue. It come now for another paragraph where they talk say things and way lead for this war. The first one where they talk say the thing where start the war, now the protest for teachers and lawyers them where start for 2016. We come from the issue where people they don't always complain about the minority people them for the Anglophone region. The English people them they don't complain say that they want force them they talk French for school for inside Northwest and Southwest, and say that they get very high level for marginalization when it come for appointment, and the government it neglect for invest in their own infrastructure them. That means say road and all those under condition them be generally poor, and the economic they also it be generally poor compared to which way they contribute for the government. Another thing we is start the war, then talks in a miscalculation for both the side for the government and both the side for the Ambazonia. So the Cameroon government it be used to say anytime we people they do want complain, they go use power for suppress them, as they be use the maximum power for suppress the Anglophone people them. He instead make them meet the insurgency, he wake up. And then he also talks say the Ambazonian people then also they be miscalculate the situation. They be feel say because Paul BIO when are 91 years old now, and because he don't stay for power a very long time, he no be popular, and the election will be come off for 2018. Many of the politicians then too they be encourage the armed struggle with the calculation say he go easily win or make a government fall. But unfortunately that calculation also it be been a wrong calculation, and both sides they never attain their initial objective. The researcher he also talks say the decay for traditional authority them, the village, that means say palace them and all our traditional palace them, their rule for our society it then became spoil, and this their capacity then reduce also the Cameroon government their ability for also for provide social order. There is no social order for urban areas and also for village area them. It talks about this disorderness where it don't come, it don't contribute also for this war. And because the Cameroon government is involved for Boko Haram fighting, involved for the border clashes them with rebel them for Central Africa and many other places them, it don't really give a time where the people them for politicians then they focus only for fighting, they never focus for any other thing for tackle the problem. It talks say Cameroon it be very vulnerable for the international community because the way they survive now say they export raw material and then import other things them for the international community, so it be very easy for them to be vulnerable for international pressure. It come for the way forward. It talks say the view for this research that them now say the rebel them they no fit turn the the insecurity where they cause them into a bigger war. We mean say the rebel them, they go remain for the stage where they no fit pass the level where they don't reach. Until the government for Cameroon decide whether he want to solve the problem or not. The rebel them, they no fit meet up their objective to become an independent Ambazonian country, as then state them also, and it not be possible there for them for gain independence. The researcher then put this following reason them. Then talk say a larger form of war which makes rebel victory is not possible. That means we'll not make the war big because we'll group them over small and then be divided. For any insurgency for work for we, it will be able to rally both the population and for the forces then for be under a unit where it will be over 10,000 of fighter them where they get gone and they don't see any possibility for the kind of thing to ever happen for Ambazonia. He also talks we'll get different tribe them, different villages and where they boy them, they only focus now for their village group them and where they make it be possible for them for get any victory or for even attract the interest for any international stakeholders. He talks say Cameroon for the part Cameroon get over 20 ethnic groups them and a population of 30 over close to 29 million, and the Anglophone identity enough it displays the other affiliation them. Say our Amber boy them be too small and they be organized now along their village line them and then be restricted. Their action then be restricted for hit and run attack. Let me say they attack and then run. They not be capable for hold any land or for stop Cameroon army me they no come for any place. It talks for rebel them for ever win any war, they go need a very consistent support, financial flow of support. And the Ambazonia fighter dedicate support not only for diaspora and for criminal activity them, where it also turn the population against them. He also talks a corruption among the Ambazonian group them for diaspora. It means say plenty of the money where they collect them, it need to reach the fighter them. And the fighter them be forced for use criminal activity them for support them, and the very nature of criminal activity means say most of the money where they raise them from criminal activity, you need to also go to for buy arms them. He talked to say our fighter they not get any reliable logistic way if he flow sufficient ammunition the way if he win a country like Cameroon or for sustain intensify attack. That means the attack where they hot for a long time. They not fit do them and all those things and be need them for win a war. And they conclude say the three principal shortcomings it means say the war cannot become anything more than a periphery insurgency. That means the war go do the insecurity the way it happened for backside for Cameroon government to live with the periphery. That means the Cameroon government if he stay with this fight the way we did, be problem. It talks say the instability for Cameroon will get a negative impact on Francophone Central Africa. Cameroon, we are the second largest country in terms of population for the economy. It also account for 40% for the GDP for Central African country them, where they use CFA. That means for Chad, Central Africa, Republic, Equatorial Guinea, they rely on Cameroon for agricultural product, infrastructure. They use Cameroon, their port and their telecommunication and the road. So the insurgency, it could also affect the overall well-being for the economy for all those regions. Now, so the report it talk. So it be upon all una for make una own conclusion. This report it not be different from the report we again for Ambazonia for the first of this year. This year, I think January or February, when I be resigned from the ADF, because now this facts them where they come from a table, it may come up and make this conclusion. When I know say for all Ambazonian them, now me Arambi for this struggle from start to end, from all group from Memengo, Kitunja for which kind place Arambi for the around stadium, I been at the expert for Ambazonia. I be with chief propagandist. I don't work with all organizations, all groups. I don't initiate the war. I don't stand up for before. So wait till I talk for now. It be true and it be facts. This document, it don't conclude them. It don't talk the same thing while we don't talk them. For man way want for get ear, make it hear. Man way no one get ear, make it no hear. Now, for this reason, then we would then decide, say, rather than say we would dey for perpetual violence when our people they suffer, they die, it better make we save the day, because the one a slow defeat for Ambazonia where it could lead to total loss scenario. Than say me will lost me all thing go for water, because some people they talk say na independence or nothing. Better make we take self governance, make we get autonomy first. It will guarantee we a pathway for become independence in the future. Now, why that would propose a similar scenario where Northern Ireland and Scotland then get on with Britain, where they form the United Kingdom as the best way forward. The way will guarantee we a way for independence. If we not take them, we will lose the independence. So if we decide may remain so, now Cameroon will continue for the win, our population will continue for the be discouraged as dominant faction they become now the radical and extremist one them. The struggle will become eventually be labeled as an extremist struggle. Trust me, it will come. We will enter a total loss scenario if we not take the opportunity for follow the Ambazonian People's Right Advocative Platform, their solution. Now the only alternative that and the only attainable solution. No other man no get any roadmap where if he walk. Any man where the one made the war remain, it actually work now. The Cameroon government, they are part with the one war. Some part for Cameroon they way then one day war because it give the Bulu Beti maximum advantage for conserve and preserve power. Now why down at the sea they only do thing with the favor na the Cameroon. They only push the struggle. Me no end, but me the go the way Cameroon you want them. God bless you now all.